Hello, my name is Dejon, and welcome to my channel. The last video I posted was an introduction where, I let you know a little bit about me, the channel, and the main focus of what I wanted to do and what the channel was going to be about. What I wanted to do is make videos to help you guys, whoever's watching, whoever's listening. I know a lot of people deal with stress, anxiety, depression, insecurities, jealousy, trust issues, unhappiness. So I decided to turn the camera on and talk to you and hopefully reach at least one of you in such a way that you start to discover for yourself what makes you unhappy and ways to defeat this unhappiness. And today I wanted to talk about happiness. Everybody wants it. Everybody thinks they have it. But what is it? What is happiness? Well, happiness is what remains when you don't give attention to or believe the thoughts or stories that arise in your mind. In my introduction video, I talked about living in the moment and how we never get to directly experience anything. We always meet everything with the thoughts in our brain. We never get to directly meet a person. We never get to directly meet a place or a thing. We always meet it with, oh, this is cool, or she or he is cool or ugly or handsome, or this or that is interesting, not interesting. We never get to actually meet this or that, or him or her. We meet everything with the thoughts up here. So living in the moment, it encompasses all these different ideas, and all these different ideas come back to one thing, which is living in the moment. And one of those things is happiness. And like I said, happiness is what remains when we don't give attention to or believe the stories that arise in our mind. Most people believe happiness comes and goes. It's not something that you can have forever. It's something that comes and goes. And these two methods of temporary happiness are distractions and positive thoughts. Distractions, they distract us from what makes us unhappy. And anything can distract us. Any hobby that we are immersed in, video games, hanging out with friends, music, movies, family, TV shows, food, all these types of things can take our mind off of what makes us unhappy, our stresses, our worries, our anxieties. All these things can take our mind off of unhappiness. And the other is positive thoughts. And these these are like distractions too. They don't really address what's actually making us unhappy. Sorry. Positive thoughts that allow temporary happiness, or when something seemingly goes our way, or when we achieve something, we get something that we want. These are all like short-term happiness, but they never really last. After you achieve something, that might happen for a minute, an hour, half an hour, 45 minutes, whatever, a day, a week. But then right after that, you go back to, oh, I remember that this happened, and I'm sad again. Same thing with the distractions, you're fully immersed into your hobby. Sorry. Fully immersed into your hobby, and then, after your hobby's done, right back to your stresses, your worries, your anxieties. So they never really last. You can't do your hobby 24/7. You're not always doing your hobby. So how do we get this long-lasting happiness? How can we stay happy? Is it possible to stay happy? Is it even possible to stay happy? Well, one question I would like to ask you is, whatever you're doing right now, I want you to ask yourself this question. Whatever you're doing right now, is what you are doing helping in making you happy? Is what you are doing working? Is what you are doing to make yourself happy working? Ask yourself that. Is what you are doing that's making you happy working? I know I've probably said it like 4 different times. Yes, ask yourself that question. And if you come up with the answer of no, ask yourself another question. Are you willing to try something new? Are you willing to try something new? And after you ask yourself those 2 questions, then there's something new. The something new I would like to present to you would be to ask yourself, instead of doing the traditional pursuit of happiness, which typically doesn't necessarily work for anyone, and I don't want to take that away from anybody. If the distractions and the positive thoughts or thinking help you, that's perfectly fine. I don't want to take that away from you. It's just that most of the time, they don't give us the happiness that we want. It doesn't fulfill us in the way that we are looking for, like the traditional pursuit of happiness. To go out there and be great, or get enough money, get money, be wealthy, be great, be loved. None of those things give us the fulfillment that we are deeply looking for. So the method, or the option that I would like to propose to you, is to ask yourself one final question. And this is the secret to happiness, so keep this one in mind. Instead of doing all those other things, instead of distracting yourself, instead of positive thoughts to temporary happiness, ask yourself, what makes me unhappy? That is the secret. Start there. what makes me unhappy? Instead of asking yourself how to be happy or what makes me happy or what will make me happy, ask yourself, what makes me unhappy? And then you'll discover whether it be a plethora of things or one thing that if we tackle those things first or that thing first, what's left? You've tackled everything that made you unhappy. So the only thing that could be left, the only thing that could remain after all the unhappiness is gone is happiness. So ask yourself the one question, what makes me unhappy? Ask yourself that question. That's the secret. That is the secret to happiness, asking yourself that question. And what you might discover is that all of your unhappiness actually comes from the thoughts in your head. I'm going to be saying that a lot. That's what living in the moment is about. The thoughts in our head, they take us away from now. They take us away from this moment. And with this knowledge that you have now, I believe in the next video or the next few videos, I'm probably going to go through what questions you can ask yourself to debunk. Ask yourself questions to debunk the thoughts in your head, thoughts in your mind. But yes, now that you know these, now that you have this knowledge at your disposal, you can start questioning and investigating the validity of these thoughts that are in your mind that are making you unhappy. I think that's all I wanted to really talk about today. Happiness. Yeah, I think that's all I wanted to talk about. I would make this video a little longer, add the questions, but I have obligations to get to, so I woke up and made this video. Good morning, everybody. Sorry that I didn't say that in the beginning of the video. If you're watching this, it might be morning. If you're watching this, wherever you are, it might be nighttime. But yes, I hope this video helped in some way, shape, or form. I hope this video helped you go further into your journey in some way. And if it didn't, remember, that's perfectly fine. This doesn't have to be your way of healing. I like I said in my introduction, I don't know the best way for you to live your life or the best way for you to heal. I'm just here. I'm not somebody who knows it all. I'm just here with ideas, practices, advice, suggestions, ways and words that helped me, that could potentially and possibly help many of you. So remember, is what you are doing to make you happy working? If it is not working, are you willing to try something new? And then the secret to happiness, the first step, is to ask yourself, what makes me unhappy? Those three questions. Well, I hope you enjoyed my video. Like I already said, sorry. This is like this is a little nerve-wracking. I post things on Facebook and stuff, but I never got in front of the camera to try to help. I mean, the whole world's on YouTube. I don't know. So when I make these videos, I get a little nervous, a little jittery. If you can tell, I can't really sit still too much. I'm human. I wanted to make these videos for you guys, and I didn't want to take the human aspect away from myself. I make mistakes when I speak, errors. I don't look at the camera all the time. I just wanted to be real and authentic with you. And I get a little nervous when I get on this camera because I used to be in a place where I didn't want to be here anymore, and now I feel like I'm in a place where I have the power to help the people who don't want to be here anymore. I have the power to help the people who don't want to be here or who are struggling. So that's a pretty big leap from where I used to be. So bear with me. Bear with me. But thank you for watching. Goodbye.